Could Bitcoin hit $10 million by 2035? Most of the world would think that's absolutely insane. Even many Bitcoiners would say it's overly optimistic. But I'm not sure it's as unrealistic as it seems. This topic of $10 million Bitcoin by 2035 is actually the first letter for the mustard seed, a new quarterly letter I'm writing that will explore time arbitrage, estimating where Bitcoin technology and civilization will be in 10 years and how to position capital accordingly. In other words, what will the world look like in a decade, and how can you make money off of it? Of course, as always, this is not financial advice, and I'm likely to be at least somewhat off given the extreme contrarian analysis presented in this letter. Since I've spent the last 8 years thinking about Bitcoin, it's no surprise that the first letter is entirely about Bitcoin and where it will be in 2035. The letter presents an extremely optimistic and highly contrarian view, and I'll link to the full letter below where you can read it for free, of course. But I want to briefly introduce two contrarian transformations I mentioned in the letter. One, the great flow of capital, and two, the acceleration of technology. Roughly $900 trillion in global assets, gold, real estate, equities, fixed income, and fiat money are subject to dilution or devaluation. I covered this in Your Wealth is Melting, a report I published at Unchained last year. The more wealth stored in these assets, the greater the incentive for entrepreneurs and businesses to dilute or devalue them. Gold supply grows at 2% annually, real estate supply expands at a similar rate, highly profitable companies attract competitors, fiat money is designed to debase against basic consumer goods. Bitcoin is the only asset that cannot be diluted or devalued. No matter how much time, energy, or capital is poured into trying, the market cannot create more Bitcoin. This is a transformation that many Bitcoiners recognize, but almost no one in traditional finance has fully grasped. And that presents an enormous opportunity. Capital naturally wants to flow into Bitcoin, and no one can see it yet. The second transformation is technology making everything more abundant, and it's accelerating exponentially. AI, automation, and robotics will make manufacturing, housing, transportation, food, and healthcare 5x, 10x, or even 50x more efficient over the next decade. When you combine the great flow of capital with deflationary technology, it becomes clear that storing significant wealth outside of Bitcoin will become increasingly difficult. The price of basic goods and services measured in Bitcoin will collapse. A person holding only one Bitcoin today, just under $100,000, could see its purchasing power increase 100x or more by 2035. To put the exponential nature of both these transformations into perspective, here's an analogy. If you took a normal Delta airplane to the sun, it would take 19 years. But if you could fold a piece of paper 50 times, its thickness would reach the sun. Humans struggle to grasp exponential growth, and Bitcoin's adoption curve through these two transformations is following a similar pattern. Its scarcity is exponential in nature, while traditional assets continue to expand in supply at a compounding supply growth rate. Reflexivity, rapid adoption, and global recognition of Bitcoin's superior monetary properties could drive price appreciation far beyond current base case models. The opportunity today is to arbitrage time, to allocate capital before the world fully appreciates what's happening. Those who can see past the short-term volatility and focus on the bigger picture will recognize Bitcoin as the most asymmetric and overlooked bet in global markets. There's a lot more in the letter, including thought experiments, new data, and analogies that have never been publicly shared before. So I encourage you to check it out and subscribe to the Mustard Seed. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you next time.